Hello, everybody, and welcome, my mystic friends. So glad that you're here with me on a Tuesday evening. If you would like to get in the queue, definitely check out the link below. I need your exact date, time, and location of your birth. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional Western and evolutionary astrology, and my goal is to help you connect with your soul's path. I'm so grateful for all of you being here, checking out in the queue. Shiny Gems, thank you so much for always showing up. And I want to thank you because I forget to say it each time that when you always sign up for a reading, you always leave a tip. Thank you very much, Shiny Gems. I heart you. I can't wait to get started on tonight's readings. So I'm grateful for everybody. Hello, Michelle. So glad you're here. I love that. Don't you love that? Okay, well that is so I can have nice smells. I don't remember exactly. It's a diffuser. I brought my essential oils with me this time, so I'm excited. I need it. Hopefully everybody's got their drink of choice. Mine is water on the rocks, and I am sinking in and enjoying this beautiful full moon tonight. We are stepping into one of the most transformative years. We are moving towards, so we have this beautiful full moon, and it's in a harmonious aspect with the North Node and the South Node. And we also have Mercury stationing retrograde. And so it's in the shadow. So I am hoping for no glitches like we had 2 weeks ago. I think that I have fixed everything with the microphone. I think we are all good to go. I'm excited about tonight's readings, and I want to share something special with you. I have created my 2026 year ahead forecast. They give you a roadmap in order to use. It comes with a PDF and it comes with a hour-long video that gives you the exact dates, eclipses, and major shifts of planets for your sign, so you know what's coming and how to work with it. This is not just about predictions, it's about being prepared, being aware, and looking at this for your own personal growth. And not looking at next year as fear, but I always look at astrology as having an idea of what's coming up and then leaning into the energy and working with it instead of fighting against it. So if you've ever wished that you could plan for your year ahead and the universal timing, this is the moment. So I have the link for that down below. And let me see who all is in the queue. Hello, Michelle. I am so glad that you are here. Yep, and I'm hoping that everybody is here, happy, and I want to dive into like a little bit about Mopsy, you made it. I have not seen, like, guys, we haven't all been together in a very long time, and the Taurus full moon just kind of seems fitting for it. You know, Taurus, earthy and stable, and the sun in Scorpio. The sun in Scorpio opposite of this full moon. The sun is ruled by Pluto and Mars, and so we know that everybody is going through this evolution, and Taurus is just earthy and grounded and fertile. It's a time to sit and gather and to just slow down and pause. And it's the full moon is working with the nodes of fate, the North and the South node. It's reminding us to release what we need to let go of, to surrender the need to control, and instead to trust the universe with its divine timing. It knows the way. It's about us now being called to take in, to receive, let abundance flow by just simply being here and being present in the moment. And so as this full moon, this is a perfect moon to your moon water, your crystals, anything else that you are looking to charge, and to shift your energy from gathering to more of gratitude in order to help integrate these lessons of emotional and material abundance. So excited for everybody and everything that's here with us tonight. So let me check in the queue. Shiny Gems. I'm glad to see all of us together. And Mopsy, yeah, we all made it. I mean, like, this is just divine timing. Hello, Lori. Welcome to Tacoma, Washington. Glad that you have found us here. You are a Taurus born at 11:11. I love those magical numbers. I'm glad that you're going to sign up for a reading. And yeah, these are intensive times. And I am in Florida right now. I would love to know where you are. Currently, we have a lot of beautiful clouds that are up there, so they're all colorful, and I have not been able to see the moon, but I'm hoping to go out later and get a glimpse of it. All right, so let me pull up some charts here, and let's just have a little talk. Okay, the first person in the queue is going to be Terry. So Terry, first off, I'm hoping that you're in the queue, and if not, it is recorded. And so let me bring this over. And this is for transits. I am so sorry. I have already started. I'm going to slow down and pause on this one. I had so many computer problems last time. There we go, Terry. So glad. All right, now let me pull this over. All right, so Terry, before I dive into your chart, I wanted to talk about just a few intense things that I see in your chart. You have the Sun conjunct Neptune natally at 0, and in the sign of Scorpio, deep, intense, and it is in a harmonious aspect with Scorpio's ruler, Pluto, also at 0 degrees, making this a really intense, you being very intuitive, very psychic, very, I love this energy for you. You also have the North Node and the South Node at ending degrees. So you have all of this energy that wants to initiate, wants to start, and it's deep, it's intense. Most likely you are psychic or in tune to other people's feelings and emotions. Neptune tends to dissolve, blur, or blend, and Pluto asks for transformation within your 12th house of your dreams, your intuition, your psychic ability. And so it's bringing in karma, but it's also releasing and letting go. With your North Node in the sign of Scorpio at 29, we consider it to be an anaretic degree. Think of this as the final exam lifetime, where you have been given all the skills to get it right and to accomplish, to lean into what do your spidey senses tell you, or what does the energy or the vibes of a person, place, or thing tell you, and to release and let go of the Taurus energy of being stuck in one place for too long. All right, so knowing this, let me get rid of this, and now I want to bring in a little bit about where we are with this full moon. So the full moon, here we go. The full moon is in the sign of Taurus. Let me make sure that everybody can see it. Hey, Gypsy Soul, so glad that you are here. All right, so Terry, you have the moon in the sign of Taurus, and you have the sun in the sign of Scorpio. It is in a harmonious aspect with the North and the South node, the transiting nodes. Okay, so we have two signs over as a sextile, and I color code my chart so you will be able to look at this. Taurus is an earth sign. It's labeled as green here, and Virgo is also an earth sign, so this is a trine. So the nodes are working with this full moon of where do I release, where do I let go. What is important to notice with yours is your North node is conjunct or coming into a close conjunction, with Mars, the one of the co-rulers of the Sun in Scorpio. It is Pluto and Mars. This tells a story of endings, culminations, completions. As a Libra rising, you are ruled by the planet of Venus. And so we look to Venus and say it's in Libra right now in the first house of your identity. And the sun in your second house has you focused on, well, what about me? What about my resources, my cash, my property, my talents, my skill set? And Taurus says there needs to be some endings, some closures, some culminations. I look at this time as this opportunity to look at where you have these connections of the eighth house is where you are connected either physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually. It's your bonds, these close bonds or connections with other people. It could be your investments or taxes or debts. It's asking for there to be a closure, a culmination, an ending to some of these in order to transform and begin anew again. Having the North Node in your sixth house, it brings in themes of I have to focus on my health. I have to focus on my well-being, alternative healthcare and healing practices and modalities. Having Mars here is you having to initiate these changes, you looking at this and saying, I have to make the necessary changes. Like, is that get rid of a bad habit? Is it bring your diet in alignment? Is it look at alternative healing modalities? Look at a counselor, a mentor, a guide. The sixth house is where we search out other people in order to help us on our journey. It's also the house of where we give to other people, where we support other people. It's where we give of our time, our effort, and our energy. And Aries is trying to cut through the water in order to do this. Having the sun in the sign of Scorpio, it is working with this. This is water, and your sixth house is water. The second house is, what do I need in order to feel safe and secure, to feel validated? And it's having to take into consideration your needs before other people's needs. You also are going to have, there's a couple other things, so I'm going to circle a few more things that are going on at the same time. We have Mars now entering into the sign of Sagittarius, 0 degrees, where you have to initiate. It's in the sign of Sagittarius of your third house of the way that you communicate. It's not just what you say, it's what you say to yourself. It's the broken record that goes on in your head. It's what other people have said to you. So think about neighbors and siblings and cousins and the people that are within your close community. And Mars is one to initiate, to go after, to cut, to sever the things that you've said in order to replace those. Now it's in a conjunction with your natal Saturn. Saturn is the planet, it has these rings around it. It's the father of time, it's karma. It's about building something that is sustainable and will last. Saturn in your third house is wanting to create conversations or to articulate what you're saying to other people to convey your thoughts and the messages that you want to deliver. Now, what it opposes is Uranus. Uranus is in its final degrees. It's getting ready to backtrack into your 8th house. As soon as it does, it's going to activate your personal south node of what you're ready to give up. Now, Uranus is about shock and surprise. It is the great awakener. It comes in our lives. Uranus is electric, and think of it as a lightning bolt that comes down, and it's at 0. It's backtracking over some areas, and it's going to dip back into your 8th house. The full moon that you are experiencing, Uranus is going to come in here and say, and now I'm ready to get rid of this, and now I'm ready to release of this. When Uranus retrogrades, Uranus's ultimate goal is about freedom and liberation. It wants to elevate higher, and it comes in when we are attached to some things that we don't want to change. We become comfortable because that's what Taurus is. It's the bull. It's slow and steady. It's about being a bull in a pasture. And why would I leave this pasture if the grass is green? I like staying here. This full moon is saying there needs to be some culminations and some endings. You either bring them about, or it will reveal to you what needs to karmically end. And then Uranus is going to be that clean sweep in order to remove. Mars here wants you to articulate and speak your truth and be thinking about the higher octave of learning, of sharing, and connection to others. I love this for you in that it is you pushing forth for an evolution of the next chapter of what is coming. I don't even know if I would say the next chapter. I really believe that 2025 for everybody is us finishing the last chapter of our book, and then we're going to be taking a new book off the shelf in 2026 to start anew. And so this is just part of the process with Mercury stationing retrograde, and it's going back over areas of your life that it wants you to rethink, review, reevaluate, realign. And it's at 5 degrees in your third house. This is all about you communicating. It's what you're saying. It's taking classes and workshops, but it's your close community. It's who you talk to on a daily basis, the information that you take in, you being your authentic self, and then disseminating and sharing that information with others. So I'm going to check the queue to make sure that all of this is resonating with you. But I'm glad that I appreciate you joining me tonight. All right, so let me check the queue. And this was Terry. I don't have your online name. So, hey Anna, hey Gypsy Soul, hey Shiny Gems. Also, I know you're a Libra rising. Holy mackerel. Definitely feeling the closing, and they feel good. It will be feeling good. I'm going to pull up your chart because yours is also the Libra rising, but you've got that stellium going on down there. So let's talk about you, Shiny Gems. All right. So first off, I want to say thank you again. I appreciate the tip. And I appreciate you being here because, you've been on my mind lately. All right, so you have this full moon. It's at 13 degrees, and you have your sun here. Now, the sun is moving closer to your south node, your Saturn, but it's not close enough to call it a conjunction. What it is close enough for is it's in a sextile to your north node, and the moon is this is in a trine, and then this is in a sextile. And so the north node is literally sandwiched in between your Mars and your Venus, Venus being your chart ruler. Now your south node is it's opposite in your 12th house. And I'm going to bring in your chart ruler and sitting on top of your ascendant, but I don't want to cloud too much up, so I'm going to back on out of those two, but know that I'm going to come back to them. So I want to start off with the full moon. The full moon in your 8th house is, remember, it's the house of death and the house of transformation. It's the house of alimony and child support. It's also the house of wills and estates. It's the house of planning for these things that are going on and that they're happening. Taurus is very slow and steady and grounded. The sign of Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio is deep, it's intense, it's you feeling your feels. It's like this slow knowing that something is happening, but it's the slow pause. It's the exhale out and knowing that things will unfold in the time that they're meant to unfold. In this harmonious aspect to the north node in your 6th house is really bringing a focus on self-care. Is Shiny Gems making sure that they're taking care of themselves and not getting lost in the shuffle of taking care of others? Because the 6th house is the balance between our home and our responsibilities. It's about self-care and nurturing and caring for yourself in the way that you can easily get caught up and pulled into taking care of others. Now, it literally sits in between your Venus and your Mars. Mars needs to initiate. Venus in Pisces. Venus is happy here. Mars struggles in the sign of Pisces. Think about like having to chase after the fish or grab the fish in the water. The water is the illusion. It bends things, it bends what we see. And so this is knowing that I need to move towards this. Having the sixth house be not just taking care of yourself, but it's diet, and it's the ending of getting rid of old habits. It's knowing that you need to make your self-care a priority, and that boundaries, they come in many different forms. There's physical boundaries, there's energetic, there's spiritual boundaries, and this sun in the sign of Scorpio makes you very familiar with the energetic ties that come from this is your south node. So know that your south node in your second house is what you have brought in with you in order to like karmically heal and renew from, to truly let go of. This is a deep release for you. The sun is saying right here, this is for your best and highest good. The second house revolves around topics of your money and your finances, but it's also about your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual resources. It's what does Shiny Gems need in order to feel safe and secure. It's the security of, it's not just about finances. This is you saying, I need to tune in to my higher, I need to sit, I need to pause, I need to process all of the feels of everything that's going on right now and disseminate what is mine and what is theirs, and to focus on, it's literally you focusing on you. Having this full moon is bringing about blessings and ending of some things that have been long awaited. The eighth house is where we plan things for our afterlife. And so the eighth house can also bring about a culmination of paying off an unexpected debt. And so it's where you desire to have these deep connections with either a partner or somebody else. And there can be endings of one level and a deepening of a different bond or a different connection. And having the south node in your 12th house, it's about letting go of perfectionism. Healing comes in all forms, and not always having to show up for everybody else and all of their things and saying, I'm going to take a pause for me. And no, you don't need to give an explanation to anybody. It's you focusing on you and what do you need, and not judging yourself, because when we judge ourselves, we are our own hardest critic. And so I'm hoping all of this makes sense. I'm going to, oh good Lord, I just now looked at the comments. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pause for just a hot second. Dad's in hospice, so the 8th house fits, and that's probably why I've been withdrawn and reclusive. I agree. Having you, when we withdraw, it's us saving our energy, reserving our energy. When I need to focus on myself, I don't go out to Facebook or Instagram or any of them and say, hey, please pray for me. I shut out the outside world. I have the planets in the 12th house. I need quiet time to reflect. You have all of the Scorpio energy also. This is saying, I need time to tune in to say, what do I need? What does my body need? I need to focus on what my needs are before I show up and then anybody asks anything of me. Thank you for reminding me about the Venus and the Ascendant. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this so it doesn't confuse you. And thank you. Okay, so Venus, your chart ruler, it's sitting square. It is just crossed over your ascendant. Remember that as a Libra rising, Libra wants to see both sides of the story. It's always trying to be the mediator. It wants to take in all the information. Naturally beautiful. It's about people pleasing. and Venus likes to connect people, places, and things. It makes this a little bit harder for you because Venus in Libra, it loves to be here, but it can also get lost in people pleasing, in trying to support other people or be there for other people, and forget that what you do for others, you need to also do for yourself. And you have to be able to look at reciprocity. Am I receiving what I am also giving? Is this relationship, is it compatible? And relationships are not all 50-50. Sometimes they're 80-20, sometimes they're like 90-10, but there has to be this reciprocity of give and take, to find the balance. Venus wants to find the balance. It wants to find the harmony within all of your partnerships, because because Libra is more of an air sign, and it connects you to other people. It's not just intimate partnerships and relationships. These are clients. These are people that you write contracts with or negotiate with. This is you connecting with other. It's the others. It's everybody else in your life, and needing to find the harmony and the balance without losing yourself in it. So I'm hoping that all of this makes sense. I'm going to do a quick round robin around your chart and see if there's anything else. And I want to look at the chart. Right, Shiny Gems needs some hugs right now, and I appreciate everybody in the queue taking care of her, because first off, having this Scorpio stellium here of a south node, she brings in and feels the pain. Even if it's necessary, it doesn't make it easier. And having a parental figure, or a parent, a father in hospice, knowing that there is no turning back. Scorpio understands about death, and Taurus is the slow and steady acknowledgement of. And so I'm hoping that you are definitely taking time for yourself, focusing on your own self-care, and knowing that the sun in Scorpio is saying, I have to take care of me. I have to focus on things that are at home. The sun in Scorpio in your second house it's you and your money and your resources and all of those. Yes, thank you for everybody for sending her hugs, because definitely can use it. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. And I appreciate everybody here waiting. And if you want to get in the queue, now is the time. The link is down below. I need your exact date, time, and location. And if you are looking for more, I have my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast. It is delivered straight to your inbox. It comes with an hour video, and it has a PDF for each sign. Right, Shiny Gems, I am looking forward to seeing you Sunday also at our Patreon gathering. Okay, let me see who is up next in the queue. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. So sorry. So let's talk. There we go. All right, so thank you, Jacob, for being in the queue, and let's have a little talk. Okay, so there were no questions asked, which is good for me, so it lets me go around your chart. You have your full moon, for crying out loud, there we go, there we go. You have the full moon in your 6th house of your health, and you have the sun opposing it in your 12th house. So the sun in your 12th house is about going within. It's fears, it's shadow, it's secret. Having the full moon in your 6th house brings about themes of quitting and stopping and ending. This could be of bad habits. This is about looking at alternative healthcare and healing practices and modalities, because it's in a harmonious aspect with the nodes. We know that the South Node is a let go of perfectionism. It's also letting go of things that are holding you back. The 10th house is responsibilities. It's job, career, reputation, legacy. Now, the North Node is in a sextile, but it's also in a trine to your 12th house. The North Node is sitting right on top of your natal Chiron. So a wound about what does home feel like? Where is home? In the sign of Pisces, it's wanting to be near water, or it's wanting fluidity within transitions or places of and home for you is going to be home is where your heart is. It is releasing and letting go of what is traditional. This full moon allows you this opportunity to say, I am now going to focus on my self-care in order for me to be of better service to other people. The 6th house is alternative healthcare, but it's also mentors and guides that are going to support you on your path for healing or for connection with others. This is the house where I would say you meet up with friends and you go to the dog park, or it's yoga, or it's qigong. It's how do you take care of yourself and finding other people that are going to support you. It's also the shift from letting go of having to be perfect and say, this is the best that I can do. Having a full moon here, it can bring about, if you are having problems that have to do with your health, or it'll bring them to the surface of your awareness in order to deal with them. I'm going to get rid of this because I want to bring in that you have Mars opposing Uranus. Now, Mars is in your first house of who you are. I, Jacob, I have to go after. I have to initiate things that in order to get them done. Now, what opposes you? Uranus. Uranus is shock, surprise, it's freedom, it's liberation. It has to do with the other. This could be with partnerships, this could be contracts and negotiations. Because you have Mercury that's still moving forward but slowing down because it's going to go retrograde, think about contracts that you've signed. This could have to do with health insurance. This could have to do with something that is business related or collaborations that you have with other people. But it's about freedom. It's about moving you forward on your journey. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. I'm going to pause for a second and look in the queue, and I'm going to pull up the next chart. So thank you so much for being here. And all right, I don't see any comments for it, so I'm hoping everybody is sinking in. I got my water on the rocks for my Taurus full moon. This is a really great time if you want to charge your crystals, or if you want to charge that moon water. This is a good moon in order to do that. All right. So next in the queue, Contessa. Thank you for being here. I love your birthday. All right. 824. Hold on. I appreciate everybody joining me tonight, and especially after 2 weeks ago, that was a hot mess. All right. Let me see here. Okay, so making sure Capricorn. Yep, you are. Okay, let me pull it up. Interested in information with career and relationship. Oh, with another Capricorn. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Let me pull this over. Mopsy, missing you tons, and I think that miss you must be for Shiny Gems. Sending you hugs, my friend. So glad that you are on tonight. All right, so Contessa, let's have a little talk. The full moon, I know that you were asking for clarification with partnership. This full moon is occurring in your fifth house. The fifth house is the house of lovers, it's the house of creative projects, it's art and it's beauty, it's music, it's things that you want to initiate. Having the sun in your 11th house of your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your goals, things that you want to initiate. It's in a harmonious aspect with both of the nodes. What I want to bring in here is you have all of this is working together. With this partner, it can go a couple of different ways here. Having a full moon in the fifth house, it can end the relationship in one way and say, I'm ready to elevate it, because you have Jupiter in your partnership sector. Jupiter has been here since summer, and Jupiter will be here until next, I think it's like May or June. Jupiter stays in a sign for about 12 to 13 months. Now Jupiter is getting ready to station retrograde. It will be it'll make its retrograde motion throughout the sign of Cancer, and it will be going back, and it's in your partnership sector. So this could be all types of partnerships. This could be you reviewing, you discussing and sharing, hey, where are we? Where are we going to go with this? In the sign of Cancer, Cancer rules over home and family and foundation and wanting security. I'm not quite sure what. I know you said you've been in this relationship, but I don't, and I know that you said that they're also a Capricorn, but looking at your chart, I'm looking at you saying, hey, are we going to make a change to this? Are we going to keep things the way they are, or are we going to elevate them? Where are we? It's wanting some type of closure. It's wanting some type of promise. It's looking at what does the future look like. Having the North Node in Pisces is the way that you are communicating. It's with kind words, but it's how do I say this in a way? How can we connect? And letting go of fear. And I don't know, because we don't have the other person's chart, we're only working with yours. We can look at where you are with this and what you want and what you desire. We don't know what their growth is. We don't know what their expectations are. I want to add in here that you have Mars opposite of Uranus. Now, you're going to be having a Mars opposite Mars. So it's something that you started a year ago, and now you're going to be, and it has to do with your day-to-day habits. It has to do with your health. And Mars is about secrets. It's in your house of your 12th house of secrets. And the 12th house is subconscious fears. It's where we look at self-sabotage and the positive, because the 12th house can go either way. Your moon is there, your Neptune is there. The Sagittarius is faith in something that I don't know what is out there. Mars wants to initiate. Do we broach these topics? Where do we go with this? It's having the 12th house. It's where we sit and we center and we tap into, what am I feeling? What are the messages that I'm being given? It's sitting opposite of Uranus. Uranus looks for freedom and liberation. It brings shock, awe, surprise. It comes in like a lightning bolt. It comes in to say, this is an area of my life that needs to shift and change. It's going to be going back into your fifth house. Uranus is going to be going back into Taurus until February of next year, January and February of next year. So it will shake things up in your relationship sector, in the house of your own inner child. The fifth house is the house of lovers and beauty and art and creativity. And Uranus goes back in there for one final swoop, and it will say, this right here, this is what needs to change. I'm ready. Are you ready? So this is either pushing for some change or asking for some clarification. Uranus brings about revelation. Hey, let's go off and do this. Let's make this happen now. Uranus was navigated your fifth house for 7.5 years. It stays in a house for about 8 years. It's retrograding back for one last go round before it moves into your sixth house for that February and March eclipse period, where you're going to have all kinds of new beginnings that have to do with your home. We know that something is brewing, something is changing. There's some kind of evolution that's going on, and that we know come next February, you're going to have Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees in your fourth house of home. What does home look like? A huge shift within your home. 0 degrees is this anaretic degree of, think of it as the Big Bang. What am I doing here? What are we doing? And what does this look like? If you have thought about moving, this will be the time. The energy will start in January, but this is you looking at all aspects of your foundation, of your home, of your partnerships, and saying, I think I need more clarity on this. I need to know where we're going and what's going on, because your sun in the sign of Scorpio is ready for those deep conversations, and the next sign that it shifts into will be Sagittarius, and that will be the sit to be alone, the rest, the spiritual retreat, to connect into how can I deal with subconscious issues, and how do I overcome fears. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you, my friend. I am going to look in the queue and see if there's any comments about it. Well, hello there. Thank you for loving on the readings. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for trusting me with your consultation tonight. All right, so the next person who is in the queue, Tanya. Thank you for being here and waiting, Tanya. I love it when people have the exact time. And I appreciate everybody joining me on this beautiful full moon. All right. I think I got it all right. Let's check. Yep. North Carolina. Alrighty, I got it. All right. Well, thank you, Tanya. Let's have a little talk. All right. Oh, okay. WNC Tor Heel. There you go, Tanya. I love it. All right. So let me take a quick look here just to see what I'm talking about. Okay. I love the stellium in Scorpio. I love Scorpio energy. I got a south node and a couple other things there. Right up there with shiny gems. And so stellium, 29 degrees. 29 degrees, this anaretic degree of final karmic endings. Look, you and I would be good friends. I love a sun in Scorpio. All right, let me pull up your chart with a bi-wheel. So, here we go. Alright, so you are having a full moon. Oh, you're also having a Jupiter return. Oh, goodness gracious. And a birthday. Oh my gosh. There's so much going on. Like, I absolutely love all of this for you. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Oh, I am blessed to be part of this story. Thank you. All right. So let's dive in. So when someone has their birthday, it infuses the year ahead. So you are having a birthday with a full moon, meaning that the energy of culminations and completions will be infused with your year ahead. So absolutely loving all of this. Having your sun conjunct with Uranus, the sun in Scorpio, that makes you intuitive, psychic, deep, intense. It's penetrating eyes. It's having this soul connection and wanting a soul connection. And I love that energy. Add in the Aquarius energy, it becomes firecracker. It becomes this shock and this surprise that there's no topic that's off limits for you. There's nothing that I could say or anybody could say or do that would surprise you. You're open for it. That's what you've come here to learn and to do. So you are having this solar return and this full moon. The moon is opposite in the sign of Taurus, bringing about endings, culminations, closures that has to do with traveling, cross-cultural experiences with foreign people, places, and things. This has to do with maybe taking a class or taking a class or teaching a class. The ninth house is the house of where we connect with others for religion or spirituality. It's where we expand our mind. Think about it as visas, as passports. It's you saying, I need to go back, and I'm either finishing this class, I'm finishing this workshop. It's going back and saying, and now I'm done with this. I see it. I understand it. I've changed my thought processes. Now with this, there is this harmonious aspect to the nodes. Now, you're Virgo rising. I absolutely, I'm a Virgo rising also. And so having this Scorpio energy, I totally relate to this. Having your North Node in your partnership sector, if the first house is you, your South Node, you need to release and let go of perfectionism, about always showing up for everybody before you show up for yourself first. This is about leaning into connecting with other people. Pisces energy is very watery, it's intuitive, it's psychic, it's the higher octave of, and it wants to dissolve. What you have here is Saturn, and so this is dissolving friendships and relationships and partnerships. This could be somebody moving away. This could be this could be a client no longer needs your service. This could also be bringing in the let's have healthy boundaries. Let's restructure what this looks like. And it's taking a relationship that was one way and then shifting it and altering it another way. Now, what I want to also bring into this is you have Mars at the bottom of your chart, and it is opposed Uranus. So Mars is in your home sector, family, your foundation, your roots. So think about this as your ancestors. These are your home or people that you consider with your family. It is opposing something that's going on with job, career, reputation, or the balance between your responsibilities of what you do for others and what you do for yourself. Mars says, I have to think about me. I have to think about the people, places, and things that I'm invested in. Something has to shift. Something has to change. This is not all doable. This is not all okay. Now, Uranus is going to shift into the sign of Taurus in the next day or so here. So as it's retrograding, it's going back in for one last hurrah to say, well, let's get rid of this. And it could be a place that you go to. It could be something that you're publishing, legal matters. But this will bring about the final door that will shut when it moves direct in February of next year. Let's see if there's anything else I want to share. Oh my goodness. Okay, one more thing. I just unplugged. Hold on. So sorry. I moved my hands way too much. So sorry. Oh, thank you for the tip. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, something else that I want to add to this, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of these. You are also having a Venus return. Now, Venus returns to the same spot in your chart, and it happens once every 8 years. Now, Venus is in the sign of Libra, and it's in your second house of your money, your resources, your skill set, your values, your possessions, your sensual pleasures, your mental, emotional, spiritual resources. It's in your second house of what do I want, need, and desire. I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. It's not about possessing, because that's the shadow side of Scorpio. Scorpio wants to own, Scorpio wants to possess. It's about, I need to be free to let go, and that true power comes in the release of fear and control, and it's about trust. And so this is starting a brand new 8-year cycle. I want to talk about another cycle that started this summer. It started, I believe, around May, that you are having a Jupiter return. This happens once every 12 years. You are starting this cycle. It will stay in the sign of Cancer until the summer of next year. So Jupiter in Cancer is focusing on expansion of what are your dreams? What are your things that you want to do, and the people that you connect and collaborate with in order to do those things. Finding a supportive team or supportive group or network that will help promote you, that will be proud of your accomplishments and not look at it as competition. So I'm excited about your year ahead. So thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and your birthday. So sending you some birthday hugs, my friend. All right, let's see who is in the queue. Hey Trisha, thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody showing up and being part of this full moon with me. There we go. I always have to check and double check, and I triple check. I'm ruled by Mercury, and we are in the shadow of, so I don't like to make mistakes. Virgo ruled, so it's about perfectionism. All right. I think I have it all right. All right. Currently, what do my next career steps look? Okay, let's talk about your career. All right. So first off, I want to say thank you for being here. And let's move this. Okay. Oh, you're having a nodal opposition. Oh, goodness. Oh, you got a lot going on, my friend. All right. This is a lot. I love this. I love this for you. But it's I'm sure you're feeling it. All right. So as a Virgo rising, you're not just a Virgo rising. You have your North Node here. In this lifetime, you are to focus on you. This is literally all about you, stepping into your power, stepping into your divinity, finding a way to find your footing, find grounding, but not look for perfectionism. Now, you have your Mercury here. This is the way that you communicate. How can I articulate my thoughts, my ideas, my hopes, my dreams? You have your Sun here. This makes the energy, it's a lot. Virgo is the sign that comes at the end of the harvest. So if you think about it as, I don't want to waste anything. I want to put everything to good use, and I am my own hardest critic. Now you also have Saturn here. Saturn means, you're having your Saturn opposition also. Okay, so Saturn is the planet of, has the rings around it, and it requires responsibility, it requires maturity, and a Saturn cycle takes 29 years. So think about it as around the age of 28, 29, 30, that we're considered to be this mature adult and we're growing up and things are supposed to get easier for us, but then we have to step into adulthood. We have to choose the right path. Venus is here also. Venus is the goddess of love, who you love, what you love. Adding to this, you're having this nodal opposition. So I'm going to try and break this down because into chunks, and I don't want to confuse you, but it's a lot you are a nodal opposition, and it's an 18-month process. The nodes go into a sign and they stay there for 18 months in order to shift, change, and alter who you are. The planets go one way and the nodes shift the other way in order to activate different areas. And so for the last year, the South Node has been in your first house of your identity, the first house of your appearance, your self-expression. I always say it's your business card, your website. The South Node here is saying, I need to let go, I need to release, I need to change, I need to alter what I'm doing here. It's going to be here for another 6 months. This is you changing who you are, you evolving into who you're meant to be. The North Node is the direction of, I need to be connected with these people, these contracts, these negotiations, these connections. If the first house is you, the seventh house is you with everybody else. It dissolves some of your connections, but then the water brings in new connections to you. Knowing this is what's being activated by this full moon. A nodal opposition is where we go back to the last 9 years and 8 years and say, where am I? What path am I on? And how am I being aligned? Because the nodes are activated by the eclipses. When we have this new moon or full moon eclipse, it shifts people, places, and things in and out of your life. This full moon is also activating it, saying, I feel pushed. I feel this desire to change. An opposition, the nodal opposition, is to go back and look at your past and say, this is what I want to keep, and this is what I need to release and let go of. This is baggage, and this is holding me back. Knowing this, you have the sun in the sign of Scorpio, and you have the moon in the sign of Taurus, and it's conjunct your Chiron, your personal wound. Chiron is this wound that each one of us has in our chart, that it never goes away. It gets activated in order to challenge us, to grow, to change, to evolve. This full moon is saying, I need to look at the people, places, and things. I need to go back and look at classes and workshops, possibly travel. The ninth house is the house of higher learning and studying. It's connecting to different religions and philosophies and beliefs. And so this is looking at an end in order to possibly have a new beginning. I say this because Uranus is at 0 degrees and it's going to back up one last time. This might mean that you maybe need to go back to take a class or a workshop or some kind of training, or there might be some kind of travel that you have to go back to a place, or there could be a shift or a move with the Uranus brings freedom and liberation, but it's going to be, it's retrograde. It's having you go back and say, can I be retrained? Where does this happen? Does this fit my desire, my needs, am I aligned with my goals? I'm going to erase all of this so we can take another look at some more things that are going on. You have your MC at 1 degree in the sign of Gemini. The MC is, what do I need in order to succeed for my job, my reputation, my legacy? And in the sign of Gemini is dual, going 2 different directions, or 2 different jobs, or using your mind. And so Uranus is hovering here. It's going to go back into Taurus, and then it's going to move forward. in next year, that January, actually it'll be like that February, when you're going to have the eclipses, and they will be activating your 8th house of shared resources. It will be working in harmony with Uranus, that it will shift something with your job, your career, your reputation, your legacy. It's working in, I don't know how much you know about astrology, but this is going to be the focal point. This is a mini grand trine that all of these are working towards. And February of next year, you're going to have Neptune and Saturn meet at 0 degrees as a big bang of starting something new. Money coming to you, something that you've invested in, people, places, and things. And so for you, you're focusing on home with Mars here and Uranus, thinking outside the box for job, career, reputation, of what can I do. It has to stimulate your brain. It has to be in alignment with. So you initiating it and you having a major ending, and I look at this as the path that you were on will not be the path that you are moving towards. This is totally getting rid of the old and saying, I need a new, fresh start, clean slate, new beginning for everything. Like for everything. This is you aligning with a higher path, a different destiny for yourself. So, Tricia, I'm hoping all of this makes sense. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I'm going to go back to Contessa and clarify a couple of things. And Contessa, thank you for reaching back up. I'm all about that. And so when I look at your chart, let me bring it over here. And you are welcome, Tar Heel. Thank you. So I read through your question. So when we talk about relationships are our 7th house. It's our house of partnerships. So in order for me to know about you and this person, if it's a first relationship, I look to your 7th house. If it's a second relationship, I look to your 9th house, like a second marriage. If it's a third, I move to the 11th house, and so on. Now, without knowing the other person's chart, I'm reading all of this from your perspective of where you are. I'm looking at this as you are looking for clarification. You are looking for the next step. You are looking for them to make a decision also and be in alignment with you. Unless I have their chart, I can't make, I know where you are, but I don't know where they are. I don't know what their squares, their trines. I know that you said that they're a Capricorn, but your sun is a Capricorn in your first house of identity. Because we have the exact date, time, and location of your birth, we know that you should be focused on you building goals that are sustainable over a longer period of time, short, middle, and long-term goals. That's very important for you. Somebody else who's a Capricorn, who has a different rising sign, their Capricorn could be in the 4th house. This could be in home. Their Capricorn could be in their 10th house. That would be their job, their reputation. That would be the most important thing to them, because Capricorns want to build something that's sustainable over a longer period of time. You need to build sustainability that has to do with you. I don't know where the Capricorn sun is in their chart. I don't know. I wish I could answer that question. I know that you are looking to bring about conversations, and that it will probably be you being the one to initiate, you being the one to bring these conversations to the surface. I know that your Capricorn, your sun in Capricorn, is placed in a way that says, I need to make sure that I make myself a priority. I need to make sure that in this lifetime that I pick the right goals with the right people. Now, you're going to have your sun oppose your Jupiter in your house of partnerships. Jupiter's going to retrograde. It has you going back and saying, if not this, then what? How much time, effort, and energy am I investing into this relationship, into this partnership? Is it sustainable? Are we in alignment? Without their chart, I don't know where they are. I do know where you are. And so it's you broaching those topics, you wanting to speak to them. And for you, it brings about discomfort. But Uranus says, I have to do it. Uranus is about breaking that barrier, because something great can come from it. If you bring, it can go one of two ways. But think about the connection that you can have if it goes in a way that you want. And if it doesn't, it will be the transformation of a shift into new for you. I'm hoping that this makes sense. I definitely, you can message or you can comment in the comments here, because I'm truly invested. I see this from your perspective, and if we had their chart, I could put both of them together, but we don't know where the other person is. We don't know what they're working with, what challenges or what gifts and opportunities or what fears. Because Scorpio says, let's just bring up those taboo topics. Let's dive deep. I'm not afraid. Are we able to get more clarification on our chart? I know I asked a question, which I should have just had you free flow. Okay. Are we able to get more clarification? I don't know what other clarification that you're asking of me. I guess I'm confused at this point, because you said you want more clarification on your chart, and you asked the question, and you should have just had free flow. Do you want me to circle back around and to like focus on like a clean slate from this? I'm looking at this as you have these the sun and the full moon, that you have some kind of endings and culminations that has to do with a project or a person, place, or thing, something that you have created. The fifth house is the house of your own inner child. It's projects, and it's art, and it's beauty, and it's music, and it's where we take a risk. It's where we take a leap of faith. We know that you have this ending, and it is working with, in a harmonious aspect, to cross-cultural experiences. Could have to do with a class or a workshop, but it also is leaning towards communication, finding your voice. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Please hit me up in the comments and let me know. I'm going to look around and see if there's anything else that I can share with you about this. All right, Contessa, I really appreciate you being here. This is going to be a transit for you, that it's finding your voice, speaking from a place of heart, things that need to be said. And this full moon, it's revealing some things. For everybody, full moons are about endings and culminations and closures. They're these opportunities that we write down what we want, and then we burn them, we get rid of them, And this one is a really great one for charging our crystals and our water. And it's earthy because Taurus wants things that are stable. It wants things that are reliable. But the Scorpio sun says nothing comes easy. It says, no, dig underneath. This is very fertile time to look at what your wants, needs, and desires are in order to plant those seeds at the next lunation, at the next new moon. All right, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me. All right, so I don't think I have anybody else in the queue. I really appreciate everybody being here, and I look forward to seeing you if you are in the Patreon. Our lives are on this Sunday, and if you're ready for more, definitely check out my 2026 year ahead forecast. You can do it by sign, or you can do it for all 12 signs. So thank you so much, and enjoy this full moon, my friends. Sending you hugs.